Hi, so this video is going to be my little recap of the two concerts I went to, which were both One Direction. So yeah, for the Where We Are tour, I saw them August 4th and 5th, and it's been a week since I saw them. I'm not crying. Yeah, I saw them August 4th and 5th at MetLife Stadium in New Jersey. And yeah, so here's like a little concert experience video for you. So 5 Seconds of Summer opened up for them, and I saw them for the first time when I saw One Direction Izod Center for the Take Me Home tour, and not recently, but I love them too, and they were so funny. The first night, they all introduced themselves as not their names except for Ashton. Like Michael introduced himself as Jack Black, Callum introduced himself as Will Smith, and Luke introduced himself as Adam Sandler. And when Ashton went to introduce himself, he's like, guys! And he just, was really funny because he was just like, my name is Ashton, because he couldn't think of anyone. So I'm kind of gonna talk about each boy in One Direction. Yeah. So the concert in itself was just so good. Seeing it twice was amazing. I can't believe I got to see them twice. The second time was definitely better than the first. It was just so good. Like, so Niall is my favorite, and I think part of the reason why I think the second night was my favorite because Niall wore a raglan shirt and plaid the second night, and those are like two of my favorite things that I love seeing him in, and I was just like, this is wonderful, thank you. And he's just such a funny and carefree person, and not that I forgot how much I loved him, because he's my favorite. It's just like it reminded me, wow, this is why you're my favorite, because he's just such a loser and he's so funny. I'm sure you guys have seen, if you in the One Direction fandom on Tumblr, you've probably seen like gifs of the ridiculous things he's did and said, and it just like yeah. And plus I saw him do his part in Better Than Words, and I don't have words to say. I screamed both times like my head off, and I just love Niall. Harry was a loser both concerts. Like, he's just such a loser. Like, he's like this, I don't even know how to describe him. He's so cheesy. Like, one of the nights, the second night, he asked the crowd, oh, hug the person next to you, and he did. And he was like, do you feel hugged? Do you feel alive? And just like the face he had, it was so cheesy. It's like he knew how cheesy he was. He was just full of cheese that night. Zayn, do I even have to talk about Zayn? Because y'all know already how amazing Zayn is. His high note in You and I just like pierces through your heart. You and I is performed after What Makes You Beautiful, after the intermission, and the people next to me the first night, they left after intermission, and I was like, you're missing out on Zayn's high note. However, his microphone was a little soft for some parts, like Little White Lies, I couldn't hear him, and I was like, Zayn, come back. Liam is just like this little adorable, I just can't, like, he kept dancing. He's always dancing. I feel like he's like the best dancer out of the 5 of them, because they all suck except for Liam. And yeah, and Louis and Liam, I feel like they're always joking around. Like during the first verse of Little White Lies, like Louis grabbed Liam the first night, and I thought it was so funny. But yeah, all in all, it was a really good concert. I'm sorry this is really quick. I know that I just wanted to make it like under 5 minutes. Just a little recap of some things that I liked from the concert. I liked everything. Like, honestly, August 5th is my so far. I've only seen One Direction 3 times, but August 5th so far is my favorite. They told us that we were the loudest little things they've heard. I don't know if they were just like, buttering us up. Is that the right phrase? But like, I don't know if they were just, yeah. making us feel good because they were there right now, but I don't know, I feel like we were pretty loud and it was just such a good concert. If you haven't seen them during this tour, I suggest you do. If they're coming to your country for the On the Road Again tour, you should check them out. And if they ever come back to the US, especially New York or New Jersey, you can definitely expect me to be there. Even Five Sos, I already have tickets to their Rock Out With Your Socks Out tour. I'm third row at Homedale, but that's a different story. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this, and I hope, especially if you're a One Direction fan, and I'll see you guys in another video.